Greetings and welcome to Home is Where the Dark Is. This is Alex Crescioni at Stygian Sounds, and in this video I wanted to talk about a new release from Sword is Dominum, my current personal musical outlet, which is a symphonic instrumental doom metal project. And this actually released last month. I've just been so busy and there's been a lot of things going on. Just life things happening that I've had to jump through hoops to make things happen in the past few weeks. But I have time to finally talk about this release, which is pretty crazy. If you're familiar with the past few EPs we have, this is a step up in production, in songwriting, in instrumentation, and I really enjoyed making it, so I'd like to talk about it with you today. So if you're a fan of heavy music, specifically music that has a lot going on as in production, this is very heavy guitars, heavy drums, bass, guitar. There's a lot of orchestral elements in this EP. And I think it's important to, especially in this day and age with the way the music industry is, there's a lot of noise, and it's very hard to make your mark because there's tens of thousands of songs being released a day on Spotify, probably hundreds of thousands, and you really have to be unique to stand out. So I really subscribe to the idea of, I would guess, say something like uncompromising originality. So if you're in a metal band, don't be afraid to add some weird instrument into your songs or into your band that may be a bit unorthodox. You know, for example, in a couple songs on this EP, I decided to add oboe and flute and different woodwind instruments just to change up the sonic palette. Because, you know, the reality is we get bored. You know, we do the same thing over and over with music. Like if you're in a metal band, it's always drums, bass, guitars, vocals, etc. If you're more of like a production heavy metal band, you might have orchestras as well, or you might have synths. But in this, in the production of this EP, I wanted to just basically do whatever I want. And I think it's really important for you as an artist, if you're kind of in a rut and you're struggling and you're like, I'm bored of everything. I'm bored of the same formula. You're hearing like all these metal tracks that sound exactly the same. So I think it's really important to not be afraid to add instruments or add different techniques that may seem like really outside the box and kind of most people would see it as wrong or ridiculous. But I think the more you do that, the more chances you have of standing out. And it's just a stamp of your own originality. So there's no right or wrong in music. It's just whatever you want to do. So keep that in mind. And with this EP, this is exactly what I did. And I wanted to share it with you. So here it is. It's Sword is Dominum, FINIS LUDUS. And it's available everywhere. And FINIS LUDUS is Latin and it means end game. And I kind of wanted to do the soundtrack to not maybe the end of times, but like the end of an era, the end of an identity, the end of an age. And that's kind of how I feel like where we are right now in the world. We're in a transformative time, I feel, and I just wanted to create a soundtrack putting those emotions out there and how I envisioned it and how I heard it. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this EP. The first track is called Ludum Incipit, which means the game begins. The second track is called Dosibeter Malum, which means evil will be taught. Third track is called Porta Daemonibus, which means the gate of demons. And the final track, Ultimum Onus Entis, means the final burden of being. So it's deep. There's a lot to digest in the songs, and I hope you check it out. And I hope you pick up a digipack, which I will put links to, and it is streaming everywhere. So if you're into this type of music, it would mean a lot if you could check it out and share it and pick up a digipack. Even if you don't actually listen to music on CDs anymore, which most people don't, you can pick one up and just have it as a collector's piece, or not even open it, just use it as a coaster or whatever you do with CDs. But it would really help out as an artist, and we rely on CDs and streaming and all merch and all that to keep things going. So if you want to pick one up, I'd be really appreciative of that. And we do have a good amount left, and we've sold some already, but I would appreciate that. And yeah, we put a lot of hard work into the EP. We tracked drums at Dave's room in North Hollywood, and my friend Jordan did drums, and he put a lot of hard work into it. He rehearsed for a while, because the way we work is I basically write all the music. I write guitars, like scratch guitars with click. Maybe I'll add some pre-production synths here and there, orchestras, like, you know, a blueprint, just so he has an idea of what we're doing. And I send him the tracks and he learns it and he does his thing and he practices over the scratch tracks basically for a while until he's ready. Then we go into the studio and lay it down, and I think we got really great tones on this record. And I also want to thank Paul Fig. He's the co-owner of Dave's Room in North Hollywood, and he was gracious enough to allow us to come into the studio, and he was very helpful with the tracking, and he got us all set up, and we got tones together, and when everything was ready, he let me take the reins, and we went ahead and engineered 4 tracks, and it went very, very, very well. So Dave's Room is a great place to track too if you ever want to go in there and record some drums. We can go in there and work with Paul Fig and get you some great sounding drums for your record. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about this EP and get the word out, so hopefully you'll check it out. All the EPs are signed, so you can purchase one in the link below of the video. So yeah, also if you'd like to check out my website, alexcrescioni.com, you can get in touch for any production, mixing, mastering needs. You can also sign up for the newsletter, which is just basically, I do a monthly newsletter just with news on projects and etc. So if you're interested in that, you can feel free to subscribe to that. Also, I've set up a hotline. It's 818-538-6660. Feel free to call and leave a message or text anytime with any questions relating to music, or if you simply want to vent and let me know what's going on in your life, let me know how your music career is going, let me know how your relationships are going, let me know what's going on, and if you leave your name and a concise message, clear and concise. I would prefer a voicemail if you want to call, so I can hear your voice and get an idea of what's going on. That's much more intimate, and I'll be able to use that audio in a future video, and we can have a conversation. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate your interest. And just remember to keep following your dreams, keep your passion alive, follow your purpose, and don't give up. Thank you.